energy sector is at the heart of a massive financial crisis, according to the 2024 Auditor-General's report. Out of the 18.4 billion Ghana cedi in total public financial irregularities, a staggering 15.8 billion Ghana cedis, which represents 86%, originated from institutions under the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. The Electricity Company of Ghana tops the list with weak internal controls and financial misreporting cited among the most serious breaches. The report points to systemic failures in procurement, debt recovery, revenue reporting, and contract compliance, all contributing to a 109% surge in irregularities compared to last year. Of the total amount, 15.6 billion Ghana cedis is now considered recoverable, mainly debt, receivables, and misapplied funds, while 2.8 billion Ghana cedis relates to administrative lapses. These findings come at a time when Ghana is working through a tight fiscal consolidation program under the IMF. The Auditor-General is calling for urgent reforms, tougher enforcement of financial laws, and sanctions against officials responsible. Without swift and decisive action, the energy sector could continue to bleed the national purse and derail the country's development goals. The Finance Minister, Dr. Ato Forson, has revealed that the current administration inherited a distressed energy sector burdened with annual financing shortfalls exceeding $1.5 billion. Presenting the 2025 mid-year budget statement to Parliament on Thursday, July 24, 2025, the minister described the sector as bleeding, citing legacy debt, poorly structured power purchase agreements, and systemic inefficiencies as key contributors to the crisis. He noted that since 2023, the sector's debt has posed a significant risk to the national economy and energy security. To address these challenges, Dr. Forson said government has initiated critical reforms to restore stability and improve transparency. These include renegotiating power purchase agreements, cutting excess capacity charges, and reviewing governance structures across the energy value chain. He reaffirmed the Mohammed's administration's commitment to building a resilient, efficient, and financially sustainable energy sector to drive Ghana's long-term development. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has warned that Africa and other developing regions risk being left behind in the global shift to clean energy unless urgent financial reforms are enacted. In an op-ed published on July 23, 2025, he stressed that despite Africa holding 60% of the world's best solar resources, the continent attracted just 2% of global renewable energy investment in 2024, largely due to heavy debt burdens draining resources from essential infrastructure. Guterres called on multilateral development banks to expand their lending capacity and adopt modern risk assessment tools that better reflect clean energy potential and the risk of stranded fossil fuel assets. He also identified trade policy as a key enabler of the transition, urging the removal of tariffs on clean energy technologies, the diversification of supply chains, and the revision of investment treaties to foster stronger cross-border cooperation. Europe's solar energy expansion is expected to decline for the first time in over a decade, with 2025 projections showing a 1.4% drop in new installations. Industry Association Solar Power Europe reports that the EU is on track to add 64.2 gigawatts of solar capacity this year. This marks the first annual slowdown since 2015 and reflects a shifting landscape in energy policy across the bloc. The decline is attributed to several member states scaling back subsidies for rooftop solar panels as national budgets face mounting pressure from defense and industrial spending. While solar growth soared by 51% in 2022, it had already slowed to just 3% last year, signaling a need for renewed commitment if Europe is to stay on course with its clean energy targets. Energy Brief is proudly brought to you by Airport Fee Hotel. Energy Ghana, local in focus, global in perspective.